Hey YouTube, what's going on? I had gotten a message from a couple people asking me what my oldest Zippos were, so I figured I'd do a video for you guys. I have a couple of older ones, and the oldest one I actually have is this guy right here. It's one of the Barcroft model table lighters. This one's actually a Model 2, made between 1947 and 1949. As you can see, the chrome is still in really good shape on it. Has the initials CTW. I don't know if that's a person's name or the name of a company. You can see there's a little bit of wear in the finish right here. Scratches on it, but overall it's in phenomenal condition. Still got padding on the bottom. In case you're wondering why I'm holding it with the towel, it's so I don't have to clean the fingerprints off of it again later. This one there we go. You can see it has one of the taller inserts. Original felt padding on the bottom. I have the flint out of this one right now because I don't really use this. So if I put the flint back in it, it would work and spark and light no problem. But that's my oldest one. Then possibly my next oldest one. I'm not 100% sure if it's definitely my oldest one or not. It's another table lighter. This one is a Model 3. Made between 1949 and 1954, so could be my oldest lighter by like 2 years if it was made in 49. As you can see, this one's also chrome, but the finish not as nice as the other one. This one was also repaired by the Zippo factory. The hinge was reattached. I can tell based off that. I've only seen those on the repaired Zippos. Plus, too, I know for a fact because I'm the one who took it to the repair center. I bought both these, and the last one I bought off eBay. The other one, the person didn't know which kind of Barcroft it was. The pictures didn't really show that well that it was the Model 2, that it was the taller one. You can see the difference in size. Two of them right there. But I didn't know it was the other one, the taller one, but based off the pictures I had a guess. So I went in for it. I said whatever. The person said it didn't work, couldn't figure out why it wouldn't work, so he sold it as is, as a non-working collectible. I think I bought it for $70. The reason it didn't work is because there was no flint in it. All I had to do was put a flint in it, sparked right away. I knew it would work, so perfectly good working condition Model 2 for $70. This one was in much rougher condition when I got it. Obviously, you can tell it's in pretty rough. The finish itself is in pretty rough condition. The lid wouldn't close right. The hinges were coming off. There was no packing, no felt pad on the bottom like there is on the other one. As you can see, the felt pad on the bottom is kind of rotten pretty good and coming off, and you can see the insert is a little bit beat up. It's seen, whatever that was, it's definitely seen better days, but this one still works. Actually, sometimes when I smoke my cigars, I like to use this one because I think it's kind of cool knowing, hey, somebody paid, what, I think like $20 or something back in the late 40s or 50s for this. So I still keep a flint in there, and sometimes when I go outside and smoke my cigars, I'll light it with this because it feels like, oh, you know, I have something from the past that I'm using that it's kind of cool. As far as this insert goes, this is also one of the bigger inserts. You can see it's way bigger than a normal size. It's got all the same patents. When I bought it, didn't have this, didn't have the screw. The spring was totally jammed in there. The flint had oxidized and basically glued itself to the wheel. What I had to do is I actually had to get a drill bit and in a power drill down in there and get the spring wrapped around it, and then basically just bend the hell out of the spring so I could get it out of there. Then once I got it out, I could ram the drill back up in there until I drilled out all the old flint that had cemented itself to the wheel, pulled all that out, and then I was able to save the brass spacer from the old spring. And I always have a whole bunch of new Zippo inserts laying around, so I just took the spring and the screw off a new insert, put the spacer from this one right on it. This is real lamb's wool felt that I had stitched together and used a felting needle and just made it thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker till it's about the thickness of a regular Zippo pad. Cut it to size and fixed it that way, and now this works perfectly fine. I never have any issues with it. If I want to fill it up, it'll work and spark right away. So, and figures I touched it. Oh well. But yeah, it's the only downside to these. They pick up fingerprints like nobody's business. Now, outside of that, these are the oldest pocket lighters I have. This one I actually picked up when I went to the Zippo factory. They were having a swap meet, and I was able to pick this up. This one is based off of the bottom stamp, the spacing of all the letters, everything I've read online. This one appears to be from early 1951, when they were still making them out of brass before they switched over to stainless steel for the Korean War. This has a name etched in it, Glade, in the front, I assume is how that's pronounced, Mealy on the back. I actually did a Google search on that name after I purchased this and found out that there was a gentleman by the name of Glade Mealy who lived in Bradford, Pennsylvania, which is where Zippos were made, who was a sergeant in World War II, and he did fight in Korea as well, so it's possible this lighter could have belonged to him. He died in the Bradford area, and it was a dealer from the Bradford area where I found this, so very possible this lighter could have belonged to him, which I think is pretty cool. It does have the original insert inside of it, correct with the, well, it's correct with the patent stamp, the hollow rivet, so this is the right insert for the year. Then I have this one. This is the one I actually carry on me every day. This one was also a 1951, I believe, based on the stamp, the spacing, and everything. This is a later 51 that they started making them out of stainless steel because Korea had started. They needed the brass for the war effort again. For this one, I don't have the original insert. I have a butane insert, a dual torch. Works great. My only issue with it is I actually had to trim it down a little bit to get it fit in the case. It fit in my 41 replica no problem, but in the normal ones it didn't fit right. This one also I had to have repaired, as you can see. stamped. And the other one, based off the bottom stamp, this one is a 1958 patent pending here, and the 4 dots here. Can't make out the dots over here, but the only ones that had the 4 dots here had 4 dots here. So unless it's a fluke, this is a 58. This one is actually pretty cool because not only does it have a name, let's see if I can get it to focus. There you go. Up here it says Tiny O, and in the O it either has a pentacle star or a Star of Day that I can't really make it out. Can't make out here because the chrome finish has come off, but it says Gomez. Mesquita, AF, and then I believe that's a military serial number. It's the right length to be one. And then on the back, Detroit, Michigan, 61 41st Air Base Squadron in Japan, APO 49 in what is that? Matsushima, which is where they trained Japanese pilots, so I think that's pretty cool. This one also has its correct insert. The hinge on this one is still a little bit loose. When I got it, it was actually held on with a paper clip. Somebody had jammed a paper clip in there and cut it off on both sides to keep the lid on, so sent it back to Zippo, and they repaired it and got the lid back on there. It's still a little bit loose, but considering what it looked like when I got it, this is in infinitely better condition. So there you go. Those are my 5 oldest lighters for now. I've been trying to get some older ones. I'd really like to get a Black Crackle World War II, but haven't been able to get my hands on one of them yet. But there you go. Till next time, any questions about any of my lighters, more information, or anything at all, please feel free to message me, comment me. I do read them all. Sometimes my phone isn't, or my YouTube account doesn't send messages to my phone, so I don't get the comment until like months later, like I just got one. But I do try to check it, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, till next time.